But I will almost bet money he's like got a stalker journal on her, and that's his stalker journal. He forgot. What is going on, everybody? Karma here, and today we are playing a demo of a game called Gentle Fall. I'm super excited. I saw some people saying good things about it, so I guess we will figure it out. Oh, okay. Okay, we are good now. So apparently, for some reason, my mouse disappeared whenever it was in full screen mode, so I just changed it to Windows mode, and now I can see my mouse cursor on my screen, so I actually know where I'm clicking. My name is Karma. Whoops. Karma. Okay, death animals, pandemic, blah blah blah. Alright, let's go. The usual. It's early fall. The leaves are still falling outside. The streets are covered in a monotone hue of orange and green. The middle of October is mostly very calm. There is nothing much happening. Finals are still somewhat far, but even if I wanted, it doesn't mean I can relax just yet. Oh, the alarm. Wakey wakey. Shifting in my bed, I look at my phone. 6 a.m., as usual. The rays of sunlight were already entering my room. Oh, today is... Right, I almost forgot there was a workshop today. I'm not all that enthusiastic about it, in all honesty. At least for me, college is very different from high school. Talking to others isn't the same thing anymore. It felt more intimidating. Whoops. There we go. I guess right-clicking opens the menu. I didn't mean to. But I guess I should be thankful for these workshops, since talking to others is pretty important in my field. In the end, even if they are a drag, they're still good for me. In any case, I better get ready. Stretching lazily as I got up, I looked at myself in the mirror. Okay. I don't know how many endings there are. I'll just do one blind playthrough, because I don't know anything, if there even are multiple endings. There's always a big gap above it. Every time I stand in front of it, I'm short. Oh, we're choosing our height? My frame fit perfectly well in the mirror. I'm average in height. I had to bow down slightly so I could see my face. I am tall. Well, I'm tall for a girl, but I'll just go with average. Because I'm not, like, bending down to see myself in the mirror, you know? I guess it was the only one time being average wasn't bad. My tired expression looked back at me from the mirror, and my hair was pretty disheveled. I sure better fix this before leaving my room. Alright. Since I live alone, it was kind of a hassle to make my own breakfast every morning. I ended up always going to the shop near where I studied every morning instead. I had to wait a little before I got there, but it was very much worth the wait. Ooh, breakfast time! The small shop that I've grown quite fond of drew closer in the distance. The smell of freshly brewed coffee tingled my nose. It was much cozier compared to the cold outside, like a warm and gentle cuddle. I wish I could stay here more, but I didn't want to risk being late today. Hello, what can I do for you? As usual, I ordered... I'll just do... Oh, I don't even like coffee, and I don't like matcha either. I'll just do a latte. Sure thing. I sat down on the table near the window. But it didn't look... blah, 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 words. But it didn't took long... That should be take, so a little error there. But it didn't take long until my order was ready. Thank you for ordering. Have a good day. I gave the girl my best smile. You too. Seems like I arrived early. There are not many people at the lecture hall yet. I guess I got too worked up about not being late. A few people that were here seemed to be busy talking to each other. I ended up taking an empty seat. I needed some time before I gathered enough courage to speak to anyone. Is the seat taken? Ooh, who is it? Looking up, I met the tired eyes of a very tall man. Where did that guy even come from? I swear I didn't even hear him walking closer. Oh, not really. Can I help you? The man nodded. Forgive my rudeness. My name is Chester. Chester. For some reason, his name reminds me of dinosaurs. Dinosaurs? I'm Karma. It is nice meeting you. It's nice meeting you too. Would you mind pairing up with me for today, Karma? I tried smiling at the man. He sure had a formal way of speaking. Well, why not? Guess that solves the issue of having to look for a group. Oh, my neck. The silence in between us seemed to extend for minutes. Right, I guess I should say something. So, I haven't talked to you before, have I? Yes, you haven't. As I thought, I really don't know what to talk about with him. Does that make you uncomfortable? Well, not uncomfortable, just I don't know what to talk about. I see. In that case, I suggest we get more acquainted with one another, as, in my opinion, it may benefit us both. Benefit us both? Mm-hmm. To me, it seems you don't have a set group yet, and neither do I. So yes, it would benefit us both. Oh, he does have a point. So, what do you say? Well, I think so. I mean, I don't particularly have anything against it. And that is great. So, why don't you tell me more about yourself? Hmm. My mind was coming up empty. If I may be direct, for what reason were you alone in the first place? Well, how can I explain that? Not that good with socializing, to be honest. I just got too lazy to build up courage so I could talk to someone properly. Yeah, I'm definitely the first one. I'm not very good with socializing. I'm shy. But I'm trying my best. It's not like I hate people. Besides, a pharmacologist should be good with people, right? I see. Then I'll make sure to act cautiously so you can feel more comfortable. Take it easy. There's no pressure to learn how to deal with people straight away. Internships are supposed to help achieve just that. Well, at least in theory. I smiled at his words. In his own way, he seems nice. What about you? After all, you said you didn't have a set group either. To tell you the truth, I suppose I could say the same as you. I'm not very skilled at speaking to others. His voice came out almost as a whisper. He seemed hesitant to say this. Well, it's like he said, internships are there to help. I'm sure you'll be okay. Thank you. I appreciate your concern. Maybe I was wrong in assuming it bothered him. He seems okay. At least I think he is. His face hardly changes. After some time, the room started filling up with people. Chester stood quiet, but it wasn't bothering me anymore. Oh, sorry, a little yawn. He seemed to be distracted. His eyes were glazed over. One of his legs was tapping slightly. After a few more minutes, the professor also arrived. There was going to be a brief lecture, and then we would go to the lab for the practical part. That's where the group bit should come in. If I'm lucky, things will end smoothly and I'll be able to study in the afternoon before going home. Hopefully, Chester is competent enough in lab work so I don't have to lead him too much. I put my lab coat over my clothes. The lab always smelled like a dentist's office, a cold and sterile smell that could only remind me of the color white. It was even colder now since the leaves were falling. I can only wonder how one would handle being here in winter. So, shall we begin? He looked at me, waiting for me to get ready. Sure. Right, let's go! Lab work. In the end, things ended up all right. Chester wasn't well coordinated on working with someone else, but in fact, he was competent. He was often leaving me behind without realizing it. With some work, we made our dynamic as a duo function well enough. The sun was already soaring in the middle of the sky. I was leaning in the sink while washing my hands. Well, this did take a bit longer than I expected. Are you upset? He was already prepared to leave. Not really, I feel like the time invested was pretty worth it. You're pretty good at this. Thank you. You're not bad yourself. Either way, I really should get going. Of course. See you soon? See you soon, Karma. He exited the room. After drying my hands, I was prepared to leave as well. Man, my allergies are kicking my butt, y'all. I'm so sorry. I feel like my noise cancellation is probably stopping you from hearing me sniffling. But if you are hearing it, I am so sorry. I know I can even hear it in my voice a little bit. I just have so much mucus. Anyways, I just wanted to address that real quick. I opened the door and walked down the corridor. But just as I exited the room, I remembered that I forgot my lab coat hung somewhere. What a pain. After 1 year, you'd think you would get used to not forgetting such a simple thing. But I'm glad I noticed it was missing soon enough. Something laying on the desk caught my attention. Seemed like Chester forgot something too. It looked like a small notebook. He probably took it out to take notes. I'll give it back to him next time I see him. Oh god. I didn't really... Oh, I guess with content warning stuff, is he like a stalker or something? I was about to say, I don't know. I didn't really read the like blurb about the game, so I have no idea what this game is even about. I tried to go in completely blind because I find the most fun that way. But I will almost bet money he's like got a stalker journal on her, and that's his stalker journal. He forgot. I'll give it back next time I see him. But again, I don't even know if it's this like that kind of game or not. Sitting down at the table, I put my bag on top of it to start studying. Surprisingly, today the library was not as crowded as it always has. A sweet silence filled it. It seemed like a nice day outside, too. Sadly, not nice enough to abandon my degree just yet. I really should get to work on those PDFs. Oh, I accidentally knocked over Chester's notebook. It opened itself on a random page as it hit the ground. Huh? It was schedule after all? He must be really into organizing stuff. I picked it up and stared at it for a few moments. Huh? Yup, he's a stalker. I called it. Oh my god. Isn't this today's? Oh, please excuse me. It seems I lost something in the lab. Did you by any chance come across it? I did. Marvelous. That notebook was exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, Karma. You're very helpful. I am? Of course. You see, I'm quite useless without it. Really? I didn't realize you were organized about things. I must be imagining things. You flatter me. I believe I've yet a long way to go. But alas, I wish I could stay more. But I'm quite in a hurry. Now, if you'll excuse me. Right. Just my imagination. Oh lord. Yup, he's a stalker. Gotta be careful. As much as I try to deny myself, what I saw was still lingering in my mind. The more I thought about it, the more silly it sounded in my mind. It feels so irrational to think that someone would be keeping tabs on me. Right? I should keep an eye out for him at very least. Chapter 1. The Gentle Autumn Rain. Since then, Chester now talks to me occasionally, sitting by my side silently in the classes we shared. The thought of what I saw still never left my mind, and I kept thinking of ways to bring it up to him again and question it. But for now, it has just rendered me anxious about the topic. Besides that incident, he never acted oddly since, which only made me even more confused. Good afternoon, Mr. Adler. You arrived earlier than usual today, huh? Mr. Adler is my assigned professor who gives me instructions to work in the lab. He's the one who guides me and the other 4 students assigned to him. Well, since you're here first, I would like to tell you that I got a new assistant, actually. I think it'll do you and the others well. Honestly, I never thought I needed an assistant before, but that young man just convinced me so well. It's Chester, isn't it? A new TA? Mr. Adler never had a TA before. It was really impressive, I would say, since he is basically at the same learning point as you. I was doubtful at first, but he somehow passed the test I gave him anyway. He seems so dedicated. Besides, I think it'll do you well to talk to people your age too, dear. No offense, of course. None taken. Older people are so brutal sometimes. Mr. Adler in particular acts like a gossipy old lady. Oh my god, yeah, old people like to talk so much shit. I just never saw you talking to anyone besides a professor before. You should try to get out of your bubble. Oh, I say this because I worry about you, dear, of course. Yeah, thanks. Good afternoon. Huh? Chester? Do you already know each other? Well, this is the gentleman I was talking about. Hey, just remember not to let personal relationships interrupt your academic pursuits and try to stay focused. Of course, you need not worry about such things, Mr. Adler. So, you wanted to be his TA? Of course. It seemed like it would be entertaining. This guy's idea of fun is really weird. But I won't complain. I suppose Mr. Adler, while being a very good professor, is not the most ideal person. He's a very eccentric man. Sometimes I feel he's more of a threat to me than any of those chemicals in the lab. I guess Chester being here could be a big help to keep him under control. I didn't know you liked doing these sorts of stuff. Teaching, I mean. Is that so? I'll do anything as long as I can avoid retail. And what happened to internships being there to help you deal with people? Well, I'm dealing with you and some others, am I not? If you need anything, please come to me, Karma. I'll be here to help you with anything you require. You can rely on me. Okay, Mr. Stalker Man. Are you leaving already, Karma? Yeah, I'm done for the day. I'm beat. Would you be interested in drinking coffee with me? Huh? Sure, I guess I could use the break. Chester never really tried to take the initiative in talking to me like this. I guess he's starting to put more effort into it now. That's lovely. Would you like to pick a place? That was another thing about him. He always seemed to try to please others from what I've seen. Maybe you could consider him a pushover, but honestly, I feel a bit worried that people may abuse his personality. Wouldn't you like to pick the place instead? Well, I don't know many shops to be fully sincere. I'd hoped you could help with that. Fine. I know a place. Going to our usual coffee shop, aren't we? Yep. So, you said you came here a lot, isn't that right? What do you usually drink when you come here? Honestly, I usually just order their latte. I'm not that good with the bitter taste of coffee, so I prefer it. Also, the taste is nice and comforting. Is that so? I suppose I'll drink it with you. I smiled at him. It was a nice afternoon. I was done with studying and I didn't have anything else to do. I always forget to take a break myself. I was glad Chester was here. At this point, studying antidepressants was starting to give me depression. It almost feels as if I was in high school again, hanging out casually with my friends. Except, something else was in my mind. So, about the notebook you left in the lab. Yes? How can I even ask someone this? This is so awkward. That notebook. What was it? It's a schedule. I thought you saw it before you gave it back. Yeah, it's just crap. It seemed very familiar. Familiar? Huh. Are you saying you thought I was stalking you? Oh my, that would be abhorrent. I would never do such a thing. That schedule was my own, of course. His hands were shaking slightly as he held his cup. It was? Oh, I'm very sorry. Honestly, I don't remember the contents that well anymore. It's been almost a week since that, but he couldn't just be lying, could he? Chester doesn't seem like he would do that. Well, it's okay. I just hope it didn't scare you. I'm very sorry for this misunderstanding. How about this? As compensation, the drinks are on me, okay? I would like to make up for distressing you. Are you sure? It's not even fully your fault, you know. I insist. So, I shifted in my seat from that uncomfortable silence. You're in pharmacology too, right? Why did you take that degree? Well, I guess I just like it. Ahem. I find the prospect of working in a laboratory to be very interesting. I guess this degree appeals to my interests. But I was aiming for medicine. I just wanted to make my parents not worry about me. Well, you're happy with your degree, and it's a pretty prestigious school, too. Wouldn't you say they're proud? Would you like to order something to eat? Personally, I'm quite hungry. My treat. I'm gonna ask him if he's okay, because he was really dodging that question there. Are you okay, Chester? Yes. I'm perfectly fine. I suppose I'll get us something sweet. I guess Chester worries about making his parents proud. I hope he's doing fine. It's been such a long while since I last spent time like this with someone. It has been such a long while since I last spent time like this with someone. I really appreciate Chester for going out with me today. I often get so caught up with studying, I often get so caught up with studying, trying not to stay behind. But just for this day, I forgot all about it. Maybe others would see Chester as an awkward guy. But to me... Oh, we get to choose? I think he's a great friend. Do we want to romance our stalker, or do we just want to be friends with him? We'll be romantic. We'll see what happens. I think he's so nice and caring. I want to know more about him, and be there for him. End of demo. Oh wait, that's the end of the demo? Okay. I guess that's actually it. Well, in that case, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment what you think, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to try out the game for yourself and maybe play some of the other options, click the other choices, whatever, I've included a download link in the description of this video, so definitely go check it out, support the game dev, all of that fun stuff. Anyways, if you enjoy my content, I upload every weekday at 12 p.m. Central here on YouTube, and I live stream Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays over on Twitch at 7 p.m. Central. If you'd like to follow me on my social media to stay up to date with all of my latest plans and agenda, then also you can check the description of this video for all of my links, and yeah, I think that's basically all I have for you guys today, and I really appreciate you stopping by. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, bye-bye!